What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out Arid. This is a game that's barking up the Long Darks tree, except with a different setting. So this is a hardcore survival game that's set in the desert, which is of particular interest to me because that's where I did most of my outdoorsmanship. Was around Emigrant Pass and in Death Valley down by Shoshone, California, and Pahrump, Nevada, and all those little areas where nobody goes. But anyways, I do have an interest in desert survival. I do have an interest in this sort of thing. And so it seemed like kind of an interesting idea to take you guys on a 25-30 minute journey today and see if the game is something you wanted to add to your wish list or otherwise pass on. If after watching this, you wanted to get the game for yourself, it's totally free because it was developed with a grant by a bunch of college students as a student project. And so anyways, the game is totally free and available to anybody that wants to play it. So really, there's no skin in the game right now. Actually, I covered another free game. It's funny, man. Like, the comments on the internet, like, I covered a free game, like, I don't know, dude, like, a couple of weeks ago, and there was a comment on the video that was like, it just seems like a cash grab. How can it be a cash grab if it's free, my dude? Like, it's just like, every now and again, you run into a comment that's just like, I don't know, maybe you weren't paying attention, I don't know. Like, I get it, I don't pay attention all the time. So anyways, we're going to dive on and spend some time with the game. Down underneath, you'll also find links to my Discord, my Twitch stream, and my Twitter. I'm live on Twitch pretty much every single day of the week, so swing through and say hi. Let's go ahead and start a new game. We will leave everything on the suggested, I guess, difficulties. I have never played this game before, so this is going to be entirely my first impressions of the game.
Bubba, this is Tiger. Do you read me?
Take off the time to bump gums, Tiger. Over.
I'm seeing storm clouds up ahead. Nothing like the weather report said. I'm thinking we can go west, hug the shore, dodge the Atacama. Over.
So there's some goo. We fly around it. Company said we go east, and that's it. Over.
I'm telling you, Bubba, there's some real bad juju going on here. Christ! What is that? Damn dust cloud came out of nowhere! Ah.
Tiger, you gotta pull up and out! Dust is coming up the end!
I can't! I'm stalling! I'm dead stick! But I have to land! Bubba, tell my dad!
Roger that, I'll tell your dad. Oh, we're still alive, so that's good. I mean, we didn't die. I mean, if it's a...
Don't black out.
All right, well, here we are. We are in the midst of the... Oh, that's quite a bit larger plane. Okay, I thought we were flying something smaller. So we got things that we need to take care of here. We've got nourishment, we've got hydration, and we've got well-being, and then I'm going to assume that this is using a very, very similar meter system to like the Long Dark. So down in the bottom left, we've got our overall health, we've got our hunger, we've got our thirst, and we've got our fatigue, effectively. Look for a bandage from the plane supplies and replenish your health. Okay. Yeah, we can take a look around. I don't see a hatch or anything else laid down over here, so unfortunately, we may have to... Oh, there we go. Apparently, the med bag conveniently flew up.
I got busted up real good. The crates should have some first aid supplies.
Okay. I will go ahead and take all. Sounds good. So we've got the bandage over here. It looks like we can use that right this second. I definitely recommend that we do that. I assume that this landing probably took a toll on us. Probably a little bit stingy. We've got the around bow. Okay, are we taking the fruit off the end? Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. Yeah, we'll take... Oh, there's a couple of them actually over here. Okay. Bunch of fruits on there. My neighbor back behind me has got a big old cactus just like this one, except it's like 20 feet tall and it bristles with those little red fruits all over the place. We've got Festuca right there. Okay. Yeah, those are... those footprints have claws on them, bro. Is there a Sam Squanch out here, dude? We're in the desert, so I guess it would be a sand squanch. But anyways, I don't know. That definitely, I mean, look at that toe. There's definitely a claw on the end of that toe, dude. Apparently we found the hidden supply of desert wampas out here. Oh, no. All right, well, let's grab some plant fibers real fast. If we got a lanyard ring or something like that, we'll be able to make ourselves some cordage, which is going to be really, really... You kind of have to have cordage. You don't really have any way around that.
I need to make my own way out. Should get my tools. Probably ended up on the other side of the plane.
Okay, what do we have here? That's salt. Makes everything more palatable, doesn't make them edible, though. Okay, we can grab some salt right there. Let me grab a couple of these little Arampo fruits. Okay, cool. With the Arampo fruits, it looks like we'll get a little bit of hunger and a little bit of thirst back. We do have a canteen. We can give that a go. I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, we'll fill it on up because I'd like to get some regeneration going. And we'll just stock ourselves up for the day. Never played the game before, so like in the long dark, I tend to be a little bit more conservative with my food, and I let myself starve a little bit to preserve it. But in the case of this game, I don't really know what's going on. So apparently our torch consumes oil. All right, so we got to redouse it down every now and again. I'll pull that up right there, and then we'll walk on into the cave.
I come in peace.
Yeah, in general...
Water. Thank God for small favors. I'm gonna need to ration that.
In general, I personally wouldn't bring fire sources into caves that I'm not familiar with. Apparently there's a pot with a lid over here, and it looks like I can use a tool to break it down, or I can just use my hands. We'll just do it that way. So it looks like we recovered a little bit of clay. Not much, but like, so, dead guys, yeah.
That looks ominous.
That's always a good way to start. All right, so mummified body. We got some bones out here. Okay, I'll take the bones. We've got a note over here as well. Roberto, Martin, and Julio. I don't know their surnames. I must remember them. People in Puyuhuapi must know.
And you said Mom's Spanish lessons were a waste of time. Write down.
Okay, inside of here, it looks like we've got some aloe cream. Looks like we've got some cloth. I'll take it. Inside this sack right here, we've got chuno. Okay, never heard of chuno before. Looks like some kind of root or tuber, though. It's definitely got a potato-like pallor to it. It's a little bit more ghostly than a potato. It's like a potato that forgot to get its tan last summer. And then we've got what looks like... Oh, I thought maybe I could pick up the stick. That's what I was looking at anyways, but I don't know if that's just like an improvised crutch. We had a guy break his foot. We got done with like a...
And already taken from the dead. Sorry, fellas.
Hey, that's fine by me. Listen, chat, if you guys ever find me dead on the side of the road, feel free to take my stuff, okay? Just don't take my undies. Just, like, leave me at least some of my dignity. But you can take everything else if it helps you survive, all right? The sandstorm seems to have turned away. I can hear it howling in the distance. Maybe it got tired of coming after me. Evil thing. You're right, though, Bruno. It does reek of evil, but we were overwhelmed by our sins to sense it. I'm going out now. It's time for my repentance. Okay. Just casually digging the bones out of desiccated corpses. Don't mind me. If you're wondering why I wouldn't bring a fire source into an unexplored cave, it's because heat causes the rock to expand, and it can cause cave-ins. That's in general why it makes me a little bit nervous whenever I'm watching a show like Alive or something like that, and somebody like finds a little cave like this, and they make their shelter like right here, and they put like a fire pit in there. It makes me just a tiny bit nervous. I don't like it. So it looks like we've got... Doesn't look shaly, so we're probably okay. There's the other side of the plane.
Alright, now I gotta just find what's left from my cargo.
Yeah. I think we can probably do that. Medical sack's got a splint bandage, just in case we break a leg out here, which actually is kind of a major threat. Ain't a whole lot out there that'll end a survival trip quite as fast as a bum ankle. A bad leg. I can indeed jump, at least like a little bit. Not very much, but like a little bit. We got a pickaxe right there. Okay, so we've got a tool that we can use. Nothing inside that wooden crate right there. And it looks like inside this one we've got a rock, and we've got some unrefined wood. It said something in the description about planking it up, so... Oh, that's clean water right there. absolutely good to keep track of. Okay, we got a shovel right there. I mean, all things considered, we do have a couple of decent tools out here. My first thought would be that since we're in the Atacama, yeah, we know that those cacti aren't poisonous because we picked the fruits off of them. First thing I'd use the shovel for is digging a solar still. I mean, we do have that freshwater spring, though, inside of the cave. In all honesty, I probably wouldn't get too far away from it. We got 6 oil out of there. Oh, yeah, the torch. I forgot that I left it running. Should probably turn that off real fast. Okay. Yeah, with the bits and pieces of the fuselage and what we've got remaining, I feel like we could probably fortify that cave over there pretty good and, like, take care of business. I wouldn't get too far away, man. I wouldn't get too far away. I'd kind of just make a signal fire, lay low. It looks like we've got some fruit. We've got a freshwater spring. I'll tell you this, our chances are better near the freshwater spring than they are just wandering our dumb ass through the desert. All right, so inside the crate, we've got alcohol and some canned coffee. I'll take it. I mean, honestly, what I would do is, I'd fortify the cave over there. I mean, the big problem you're going to run into in any desert environment is these little kangaroo mice that get into everything, man. They are curious, they are smart, and they are everywhere. And so, like, if you've got a water barrel, water is very, very rare in the desert. So any animal, from bugs to scorpions to mice to you name it, is going to be trying to get into your water supply and accidentally dying in your water supply just to make things worse. And so anyways, we'd have to get that all fortified, and honestly, you'd have to set up a bunch of deadfalls and whatnot too, just to kind of catch a couple of the mice, because they'll drive you nutty. They're really, really cute. That's the downside, is I don't particularly take any level of pleasure in killing them, just because they're adorable. I mean, you can't risk them getting into your water supply and spoiling the damn thing, giving you rabies. So place like this, there's not going to be a whole lot of solutions to some kind of infection like rabies. We got another pickaxe over on this side. We'd also have to be really, really careful about our water just because of Giardia. That's going to be the other half, is that, you know, water gets tainted real, real easy. A dirt pile, huh? Yeah, dig away with the shovel, I guess. Dirty water. We got some insects and some peat. Really, peat in the desert, huh? Surprised me. You found peat in the desert. Interesting. Okay, the Atacama, like, if that's accurate, the Atacama must have been a swamp at some point. If you don't know what peat is, effectively it's the compressed chunks of kind of like swamp soil that's been compressed in an anoxic environment for a long, long time. I mean, this is no oxygen, so it can't decay. And so anyways, there are entire economies and industries that revolve around basically people living on top of ancient peat bogs and digging out big rectangular chunks of it that they sell.
Gonna need a pickaxe.
Yep. There goes that big rock. Looks like we can crouch to get through right here.
Nice.
Yeah, let's not get too excited yet. We're doing the exact opposite of what I would do right now, which is leaving our place of comfort and supply. That water spring back there would be more or less like, I would protect that thing like a pot of gold, basically. Water in the desert is a very, very rare thing that you don't come across very often. And so I'm not going to pick up these rocks. I don't know if we have like a limit to our weight. I think we just have a limit to like our... Okay. How do I... Ah, there we go. Okay. I just had to figure out how the system works. I figured it would just like... I figured what it would do is it would pool all of the oil we have, and that the meter on the torch just represents all the oil that we have. Yeah, I'll take that. We're regenerating pretty good right now, which has got me pleased. I probably should have filled up my water meter while we were at the spring and just really, really filled up on it, but... yeah... What you got for me? We got some aloe leaves. Pretty sure aloe leaves are edible as well. Pretty sure you can eat them. You pulled me from the jaws of death, but I never found out your name. You deserved better, and I'm sorry. Okay. Do I really need all these bones? Like, I assume at some point we're going to be able to make tools or something out of, like, the bones. I'm getting, like, a crafty vibe from this whole thing. But I don't know if we got to find a workbench or what first. traveling at night, reasonably smart in the desert. You don't want to do it during the day because sun exposure will take you out, which I think is what it's warning us about right there.
Something here I could use.
But traveling at night has its own risks as well. There tend to be things active at night in the desert that can be a little unpleasant. Packs of coyotes and whatnot. A little bit of clay right there. Okay, well, we found some ruins. Might be good. There's a rabbit over here. Got ourselves a coney. Okay.
Look at you. The desert didn't cut you any slack either.
A vishacha.
Poor thing.
A vishacha. Huh. A viscacha? I don't know. I never seen this animal in my life. Look like a giant. It's like kind of like a kangaroo rat. We sort of have those where we live, where I used to do my work. But it's funny. You'd set up a fire like this torch right here. The kangaroo rats, they love it because like the funny thing about the desert is you think about desert, you think about hot. But the truth of the matter is the desert actually varies wildly. So like when I'd be out in the desert during the day, it'd be 110 degrees. You'd be going through 2 to 3 gallons of water a day just keeping yourself going. And then when it's nighttime, it's below freezing. Like the heat just vents out of the place because like there's no environmental cover. Like there's no clouds. There's nothing to lock the heat in basically. And so unless you're in like a valley or something like that, it can be, oh, we can repair something right there. If we had 2 wood planks, can I take that wood that I found earlier and do anything with it? Nope. Looks like I need a crafting bench or something. All right. Either that or I need to salvage. We've got a small stool right there. I feel like I could get that apart with my bare hands, but we can't do it with our bare hands. We got clean water right here. Okay, now's the time. Yep, let's go ahead and we will fill on up. Collect that water right there. Is it only good once? Nah, dude, it's an entire barrel of water, dude. What's the worst that could happen? Let's see. Doesn't look like I can get out and about over there. A little worried I got stuck right there. A little worried I got stuck. Some kind of like chunky collision on some of the things that you can kind of get your little elbows and knees caught up on. And we've got a vase right there. That probably just give us more clay in all honesty. Torch is out again too. Nope, that wasn't what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. I'm trying not to burn up my resources too hard. I don't know what that is or why it wants me to repair it so badly, but I'll give it some thought. Once the torch gets down to about half energy, I'll go ahead and try and spruce it up this time around so that we don't have like a, you know, a light reduction issue. Looks like we've got...
Water filter.
Hey!
Looks like someone left in a hurry. Or got chased out.
Alright. That water filter seems to work by straining. I don't know if that's actually manual, so you like dig out wet dirt from down beneath the surface, put it on top, squeeze it down, squeeze it again, then boil. Anyway, it's kind of an interesting contraption. The other thing is like maybe there's a water source nearby and you fill that with sand, you fill that with charcoal, you fill that with sand, take it and then boil it. But I don't know.
Looks like a small animal trap. Should be able to put it back together.
Where'd you see the animal trap at? This right here? Okay. Alright, fair enough. I'll keep that in mind. We've got another pickaxe over here. I feel like I'm kind of pickaxed up. Like, it's other stuff that I think I'm going to be needing. Doesn't look like I could chop down a tree for right now, so, like, we'll leave that alone. We've got a ping up and in this area, so we'll give that a look real fast and just sort of see...
Looks like someone was staying here recently. I hope they don't mind me squatting. Hey! Aww. Aren't you adorable?
And never mind the fact that I'm carrying around his dead family member in my backpack. Shh, he doesn't need to know. I'll take all that. So we got the coal. Looks like we're encumbered for right now. This is a refuge. They're going to give you shelter from harsh weather. It gives you a bed, gives you a campfire, gives you a crafting bench. Okay, all right, good. That's all the stuff that I was kind of wondering about.
Fireplace. Is that a workbench? Looks like they had the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. I don't know. So, like, here's the thing. I don't know how much of this stuff I should be carrying around with me right now. Like, with some of these things, like, I feel like I can pretty safely throw them into the crate over here and save them for later. But then with some of the other things, crunchy could go with a little honey. Yeah, eating bugs will get you by. Eating bugs will get you by. Ain't much out in the desert to eat other than crickets and scorpions, if that's what you're into. Maybe the occasional snake if you get lucky and the snake don't get you first. Yeah, I'll throw the aloe in there. We'll get ourselves all nice and unencumbered, I think. Well, that does fill up a little bit of hunger. We can get that out of the inventory real fast. I'm going to save the alcohol because the alcohol might save our life. The alcohol is kind of an important utility that I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink it, and I don't want to use it too soon. So we can make cloth right there. It looks like if we have access to it, we've got bones, leather strips, and some glue. Okay, how hard is it for me to process a animal? Probably going to need a rock knife. Yeah, let's give that a go. I think the rock knife sounds like a pretty good idea. I think, so with the rock knife, where's that body at? So, if I've skinned it, I can get fat and leather from it. Is there like a tanning bench? Or like, what are we trying to do here? So, with a couple of branches, we can get that going. Okay, still can't disassemble those. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. It's okay, though, because we got that barrel outside, so I'm sure it'll be fine. That doesn't look like it's breakable or anything else. Oh, it refreshes once you have the knife in your inventory. Gotcha. Okay, we'll take the Viscacha apart then. We've got leather strips over here, so we can make like 5 of those. And I know that some of the other tools required that. So it looks like now that we've got the leather strips, we just need to find some sticks. And if we can get some glue, we can make that out of animal fat. Okay. All right. Looks like there's a decent variety of stuff to craft right here. I don't like the chunkiness of when you go into the crafting table. That right there definitely needs to be kind of like smoothed out. But anyways, I'm trying not to go hard on the game because like it's free and it's a student project. For 40 days, I bathed in the dust until my Christian baptism wore off of me. For a fortnight, I smoked the tobacco and the ayahuasca. Yapa came to me when I was deep in a trance and called me El Fumador. My shaman's named the Smoker. He has given me sight beyond sight, senses above those in the mortal realm. I see the supes, the Yamacortes, moving below. I call to you, Pachamak, Inti, Viracocha, accept my sacrifice of the Viscacha. Give me the strength to banish them. Alright, so it sounds like this man lost it a little bit out here. Thirst will do that to you, though. Thirst will drive you a little crazy. So we've got a makeshift hammer and we've got some bolts. I'm going to take both, and then the hammer should allow us to bust up some of these chairs and things in here to get like some extra resources. We have the bed, but I'm not going to use it until I absolutely need to. Can I not use the hammer on the stool? Ah, damn. That's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to use the hammer on the stool. Looks like I can't, though. Okay. So that makes me think that let me organize for a minute. I'm going to kind of like sort things out here. Oh, the sun done came up while I was doing my organizational tasks. Okay. Well, let's figure out what we can bust up around here. I mean, they gave us a hammer. So I assume we got to be able to use it on something. I think we can probably squelch the torch for right now. Don't think we're going to need to use that, but we need to find some more wood. Wherever there might be wood at, we need to track that down. And it doesn't look like we can repurpose the old crates or whatever. So I think it may be time for a little away team expedition just to see what we can find. Like, we've got a little bit of energy left. I don't want to let it get too low, but we do have some remaining. And so, like, we can kind of just look around and figure out our surroundings, I guess. Looks like we got some boards over here.
Enough. Maybe I can just rip them off the frame.
Yep. Worst case scenario, you find a big branch. Ooh, we are tired now. Okay, we weren't tired before. We are tired now. Yeah, I would prefer not to do any labor or anything during the day. I don't know what season it is in the desert right now, but outside of like monsoon season, I'd try to stay out of the sun as much as possible. There's a reason that there's a thing called a siesta that you take in the afternoon, and like it's because it's too hot to work. And so anyways, you get the work done in the morning. Like for example, when I was a roofer, you know, you get to the job site and you get there at like 6:30 in the morning, you know, and you work and you work and you work and you work and you try to get out of there before like the heat of the day basically. And if you can get the job done before you start to get to like that real sweltering 3:30 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon period, then you're in good shape. And if you can't, then you just got to suffer through it. All right, let's wake up. So the bed's good to go. What time is it? Can we see what time it is anywhere? Let's see. We're in the shaman's hut. We're a little bit hungry right now. We're a little bit thirsty. We got canned coffee over here. All right, well let's kill the thirst first. The thirst is going to be the first big thing. I mean, you can last a long time without food. You can't last a long time without water. You know, you got to always mind that rule of threes. Let's take it back over here. We're going to fill up our water real fast before I forget to do it, or just in case. Oh, wow, we're actually accumulating sun exposure right now. So, yeah, it must be pretty intense at the moment. It looks like the game does take into account shadows, though. Which is actually, I don't know if I've ever seen a game do that before when it comes to like heat exposure and whatnot. I'm sure there's something out there that I'm not thinking of, but hey, it's got us covered. We got some of them planks over there. I'm going to finish tearing things off of this wall right here. And then before we get too hot and crispy. Yep, just peel that off. Okay. Go ahead and peel that off. Good. Pretty energy intensive, but I feel like it's probably worth it. Some rocks, some wood. Okay. Looks like I could have just gone round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. But I did need those planks, so like not too big of a problem. Get dirty water in a bucket, huh? Get closer to Bubba's plane in the distance. Hint, look up. Yep. Seem about right. Buzzards seem to be circling something. A metal hook.
Baba? It's gotta be. I need to get his attention.
Maybe. I'm not quite so sure. I was thinking that's Bubba right there. But I don't know if those are circling the dead guy that's up here. They might be. Yeah, looks like they're a little bit closer than I thought. So apparently we can filter our water right there. Okay. So that's going to be a trap. We can fix that right now. But it needs seeds in order to be primed. I think we got seeds from the festuca over here. See if I can pick some up. That one don't want to be collected, I guess. Come on, give me another patch of seeds out here. Help me out. Oh, we're about to get a sunburn. Let me quickly go inside real fast. We'll cool down and get out of the heat of the day for a minute. I think we also had some food around that I can eat somewhere. I mean, I can cook that up, but I'm trying to save it for a little bit later. It looks like we can eat the root actually like right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that so that the meters are all nice and filled up. It's also going to alleviate a little bit of weight from our pack. I did have seeds inside of here, so I guess I'll take those. And then as soon as our sun exposure goes down, I'll probably prime that trap out there so that we can catch the viscachas or whatever they're called. Never seen that animal before, but yeah. When we used to make little campfires like this one right here, we had like logs that would surround it. We'd find stuff to sit on and make chairs out of like slate or like out of like big old slabs of shale or whatever we had around. And the animals, they're curious. They're bored. They're out in the desert. And mice are really, really smart. And so anyways, they'd come and they'd be running around, playing around your feet and stuff. Almost like a Disney movie. They'd run up to the fire and they'd warm up and then they'd run back out into the darkness. Then they'd run back up. If there was any scrap of food laying around, though, you better believe them little kangaroo mice. They'd be running off with them. I don't think we pay too much mind to the mice in all honesty just because, like, you're bored. There's nothing to do out in the desert. Like, once the sun goes down, you can't get any real geological work done. And so, like, once the sun goes down, you're just sitting around a fire smoking cigarettes and not really doing much else. Well, you're just bored passing the time effectively until it's time to go to sleep. And there's no light source or anything else like that. I mean, you can bring lanterns or whatever with you, but that's extra stuff you got to hike in or whatever. And so, like, you just kind of sit there and watch the mice play and do what they do. I don't really know what to say about it other than that. All right, so we'll grab a... Oh, the barrel's now empty. Okay, we're going to have to keep track of that then. I'm going to need some seeds. You wouldn't mind giving me another patch of seeds, would you? I'd like to prime this trap. I'd like to have at least a couple days worth of food. I don't know if there's a smoker in the game, but that's honestly, in real life, that's probably something I'd get started with too, if I found that the traps were being particularly effective. There we go. Come on. Not a damn seed one. Okay, well, we'll prime... Oh, we did get seeds. Maybe it's just not notating it. Oh, we're actually, like, catching the critter inside of there. Huh. Okay. Not a trap that I've ever personally used. I'd probably just go for, like, a Paiute. But, like, good enough, I guess. We'll see if it works. Yep, there you go. We got ourselves covered, so hopefully something goes into the trap. Wagon wheel, huh? Yeah, I need an axe. Let's see about the possibility of building an axe. I think I have just enough materials to maybe do that. But I think I needed like a stick or something too. Oh, wait, hold on. Can I get back in over here? Oh, those planks were interactable on the other building. They're not interactable here. All right. Well, we need glue. I know we need that, so we'll throw some glue together. Now that we've got the glue, what do I need for like a basic bare bones axe? So I need 2 wood sticks and a rope. I can do the rope right now. That's no biggie. Apparently rope requires glue though, so that's kind of a setback. Hopefully I have enough leather strips remaining. So... Okay, we just need the sticks. It's possible maybe we pull them off the tree? No, they've got to like fall down. Let me have a look around. Maybe I just kind of walked past them thinking that they were environmental twigs and instead they're actual valuable supplementary twigs. I know, them valuable twigs out here. You gotta keep an eye out, brother. You don't want to be twig wanting out here. It's just down. I mean, there's lots of stuff to salvage around. If we can just sort of... Oh, a strong rope. Okay. I assume that that's for the... There's a climbing rock right there that's all hitched up.
I could reach those metal beams. I could try fixing it.
Kind of wondering if we got to pull that back across with the hook. Hard to say. Sun exposure's going down though, so that's good. Man, nighttime comes on fast. They might want to shorten that transition a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We've repaired that, so it looks like we can climb down that way. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we have a free game called Arid. And honestly, it seems pretty well put together for a student project. Like, everything works that's supposed to be working. Like, obviously, the jitters with the crafting bench were, like, one of the things that I noticed. But aside from that, like... Not too bad at work, guys. Not too bad at work. I've had no crashes. I've had no major bugs or issues. Like, everything's working the way that's supposed to be going. Whoever did your voice acting is solid enough to get the idea across. Like, not too bad. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for being here. I almost repeated myself right there. You hear that? You almost caught me repeating myself. I'll see y'all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Bye-bye, everybody.